Hello again. Thank you so very much for being with us again on the Now Show. Another episode, another time out together. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about getting it right for marriage. And my friend Tinu Agbabiaka, the relationship expert. I always say that. Thank you for coming to the Now Show, Tinu. So now, getting it right for marriage. So we're talking to the singles and the young ones out there.
Absolutely.
Welcome again, Tinu.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. So, marriage, relationships.
Mm-hmm.
How do you even know that you're ready for that relationship that leads to marriage for any young person? How do you know?
Oh, well, the truth of the matter is you don't get pressured into, because society pressurizes one into relationships. That's the truth. Starting from maybe, because in our society, maybe once you're done with school, the next thing is that
you're working now.
You're working. Okay, what's remaining?
Else are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Where's the man?
Yes.
And even sometimes when you're younger,
men they ask,
where's the woman? Yes. And sometimes even when you're not even done yet, for instance, for those who are influenced by peer pressure, you find some people who will say, at 13, you don't have a boyfriend. That means you find some young girls begin to feel that there's something wrong, that, they are not being toasted.
For me, because I'm also guilty of this. I think there are some people that you actually need to encourage. I have some young friends, guys that I've had to tell them, I don't want you doing groomsmen again. Bring your own wife. We want to do your own marriage. Because
you are one of the guilty many.
No, seriously. At 31, 32, 33, they are busy doing groomsmen every time. You see them posing on social media.
No.
And they'll be like, auntie, some of them will say, Mommy, don't worry, next year. And they'll be posting me. They know themselves. Those of them that have been saying, Mommy, next year. You know yourselves.
Let them be ready. Because it's a huge responsibility. And when people push you, when you're not ready for a responsibility, you will misuse it. You won't even understand the gravity of what you're getting into. And that's where the major problem, is. So let it be. Look, when you meet the person for you, nobody needs to prompt you.
Really?
No.
You go through that gym experience.
It's not only
that's the right person.
It's not only a gym experience. Yes, that is true too, because that spark must really be there, because those are the part of the things that will keep the marriage, going. You can't marry somebody you're not attracted to. But then deeper than that is that there are things like before you get married, I always tell people, don't go into a relationship if you don't know yourself. You've got to know yourself first.
So know yourself.
Know yourself first. Know what you want. Have a checklist. Know your deal breakers. Know because these are the things.
This checklist thing. They keep saying that, like some of my friends who are not married, because they were choosing and picking. They had this checklist. So once somebody they meet does not meet, the checklist, then they go, and so that's what has made them single up till
possibly
50s or something.
Possibly.
So this checklist.
No. The checklist has nothing to do, because there's a balance. You have to balance out everything. If you have a checklist and it's this and it, are you that perfect yourself? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's just a checklist of what you want in a life partner. And I'm talking about both for a male and a female. They are just something.
Some of the things that should be on your checklist.
Okay, for instance, maybe somebody is God-fearing. God-fearing. Somebody who is kind. Not necessarily, because a lot of times you find that when you don't write that down, you meet a kind of, there are guys who are good guys, but because they are not bad guys, the girl will not be interested. Then she end up marrying a bad guy, and then trouble starts.
Some people get attracted to
the bad. No. That's it. Some people like the bad guys.
I don't know. I hear lots of things from the young people.
No, it's even aside from, we were young too. Yes, we were in the dating scene at some point, Even if you date a bad guy, be wise. Let your head be correct.
Yes.
Don't go and marry a bad guy because you're going to be sorry. And that's what a lot of people, happen to so many people. So find somebody who is kind. I recall, let me give, because I always like to use practical. I remember just before I met my husband, I was dating someone. And I thought that was the guy. I was sure he was the guy.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh, I was sure. In fact, he was chasing me with my husband, and I decided, look,
no, it's this one.
one.
Thank God for God.
Thank you, Jesus. That corrected my incorrect head. Because I realized that my
calibrated your brain.
Yeah.
Reset it. Factory set it. Straight
oh my
away.
Gosh. I always
Okay.
It was serious correcting because I also found out now back to the list.
Yes.
I had a list, but then I now had to look at that, re-examine that list.
Time to time.
Yes, because I now realized that, excuse me, this guy is, yes, he's okay, he's good, he's but there were just some things I couldn't, there were some deal breakers that I couldn't take from him, that silence. He didn't beat me or curse me out, but that silent trying to treat you like behave like he's better than you, and I'm very sensitive. You have to know yourself. That's what I'm very sensitive to all those things. Then, not being caring. I said, this one is not for me. I'll be crying. If you are crying, I tell people, if you are crying during the relationship, don't marry this person. Just let the person work out.
Because your tears will certainly be more in the marriage.
So, thankfully, like I said, God corrected my incorrect head and incorrect list. And I ended up with my husband. And praise God. And I'm the kind that I like to be told, oh, Tinu, you look beautiful.
You look amazing.
You look amazing.
Oh, you look amazing.
I like
I that's you.
And thankfully, Jesus Christ gave me a man who is not tired of saying it. So you have to know yourself. That's what I'm saying. And now, there's some people who perhaps don't mind not hearing it often. They may also meet a man who doesn't like saying it often. But where the problem comes is that there's that mismatch.
Can somebody really be with you and not say it? Because you really do look amazing. You're always well done out, and the diva herself. So will anybody be with you and not tell you? I'm just wondering, but maybe it happens.
But where I'm going is that I like somebody to ask, how are you feeling?
Definitely.
Are you okay? I still get that how many years after marriage. That's you need to know
that the person cares for you. The person cares about you.
Yes, cares about
ask
you.
About even the tiniest thing.
The tiniest, because sometimes not every time you can talk.
Yes.
That means the person is emotionally connected, can perceive your mood, that there's something wrong, and that's where they can make. And the person is quick to apologize. There are some people, they will never apologize. They will never say sorry.
Yes.
You're
right.
So they would never.
It's the male
unfortunately. Yes. I don't think it's a male thing only.
No, it's truly, and when I say sometimes when we say the Nigerian man or the African man, but somebody said to me, it's not just the Nigerian or the African man, it's the black man. That we're just, they all seem to be alike, the same way.
Yeah, the same
traits, the same way, the same pattern of behavior, like their egos.
No, but you see, maybe generally, but I do know.
Maybe I should go find a Igbo next.
I do.
In my next world. I wish.
No, but I do know a lot of black men who are getting it right.
Yes, of course. Things like this. That's why we have things like this.
Yeah.
Because truly and honestly, is to help people become better versions of themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
So look at what they can do to make things better. Because I keep saying that in our time, we didn't have things like this. So luckily, the young ones they are blessed. They're lucky.
Yeah.
That
at least like all these are around, so that they can
look out for, which is why people
like
like you tell us what are the things they should be looking out for. what should they be avoiding, what should they be deliberately doing,
Yes.
and all that to ensure a successful step to marriage.
Yes, definitely.
Because it's
So
a journey.
it's a journey,
Yeah.
and that journey starts from when you meet someone.
Yes.
There's some relationships that should be terminated now before it goes too long, because you find some people even getting married because I've been with him for the past 4 years. So where am I going to start from? Like, if you are starting right, it doesn't matter where you start from, because sometimes that's not the person for you, and God has just been giving you the chance to just get out of it, like a get out of jail free card, and you're refusing to take it. So there's some and we know as individuals, we're spiritual, we know when we are in a relationship that is not working, that but like I said, a lot of pressure, a lot of from the home. If you let this one go again, which one will now happen? Then
so once a relationship is toxic, get out of it. Is that what you advocate?
Yes, before marriage.
Okay. Yes, before marriage.
Before marriage, yes.
So
we're talking before
marriage. We're talking courtship.
Yes, we're talking courtship.
Getting ready for marriage.
Yes,
So it's courtship, it's a relationship,
if it's
whatever
toxic,
you want to call it.
please let it go.
Because
if you don't, you're going to eventually.
Okay.
Unfortunately, people do that after they are now married and they've had 1, 2, or more kids. Because it's more and the burden is more
draining and everything.
Absolutely. So if it's toxic, if somebody goes ahead to, even if it's infidelity, if you're seeing someone and then the person is seeing like 3 or 4 other people, and you think because he now put the ring, and if I think some marriage proposals should be refused. They should, they do all that drama these days. On one knee, they call friends, they be doing. You should say no.
But if the person has gone that far to arrange that kind of proposal,
and you're an abuser, it will be N.O. capital No. I can't marry you. No, I do.
Should you even be there in the first place for them to come and propose?
Exactly. But back to, because we like the fanfare, the fairy tale, and we just miss out the important, things. That's where you find
like my daughter once said that everybody likes to trend.
Everybody wants to trend, social media. Yes.
This relationship, that marriage of coming and everything.
Nah.
So
that's that. Once you are the person going into that relationship. Someone once told me that a bride, I think, called off her wedding a day before and of course the mother was all over the place. You have disgraced me, and I'm thinking,
I wish
are you not?
Will stop doing this disgrace
honestly
thing, because I was talking with some guys the other day, young guys, and they were like, what would you do if you notice that relationship is not for you? And I said, get out of the relationship. If it's not working, it's not working. And of course, they brought it back to me. These young people, they're very clever. They know how to do it and everything. And I said, look, with benefit of hindsight, I also should have. I knew, and I should have.
Thank you.
Put a stop to it.
That's exactly what that. Everybody that it happens, they know.
It was like 2 weeks to my wedding, and the cards had gone out, and the only person I discussed it with, because I lost my mother very early, so my mother's sister, and she was like, you want to disgrace the entire family, you want to do this, you want to do that. So I had to go along with it, knowing very well that
it wasn't.
What was I getting myself into? And I laughed and I said to them that all I needed to do at that time was take my passport
and flee
and just go somewhere. And after some time, everybody that they gave card to, they will forget that there was supposed to be a wedding, and things. So truly and honestly, you see the signs, right? If you're in a bad relationship,
they're there.
Yeah, so it's either you ignore it and you go ahead and pay for it later, because
absolutely.
And God could be kind and work on some, and it works. But I think most times that
you will go through those signs that you will go through that hell. Now, there's nothing God cannot do.
Yes, definitely,
but
definitely.
Believe you me, you will want to.
So what really is the right kind of dating, the right kind of courtship? What would you say is the right way to go about it?
Well, you see, the truth of everything is in the scripture. That's the but we ignore even those who don't necessarily claim to believe in God or whatever, even the relationship rules are scriptural. They're all scriptural.
Like said, the Bible is
the Bible
for life.
Hey, honestly,
yes,
they're scriptural.
Yes.
So if you meet someone, like I said, know yourself first. If you don't know yourself and you don't know God, you won't even know the instructions. You won't have access to it.
Yes.
That's it.
And access is key.
Yes. So you find a lot of people who even know God and then you don't compromise. There's just some things you don't compromise on. And that's where the deal breakers are. Because now is everything that maybe whoever you meet will take. You know, there are some that actually don't know because of the background they've come from and they want to learn.
Okay.
And they're willing to learn, you know, because of maybe the circumstances of their birth or whether they don't know how to, but when a man, I mean, talking from a woman's perspective now, when a man loves you, he's willing to do anything to keep you. And that's why the scripture tells us that a man must love his woman.
Yes.
But a lot of times, it's the woman that will be, you know, the man needs, you need a man to love you. I tell people, I say, if that love is going to tilt on one side, let it be the man.
The man loving more.
Loving more.
Okay.
I mean,
that helps.
They laugh. It helps. I said, years later, you'll be thanking me.
Yeah.
You'll be, because you'll be, and when you love somebody, you are ready to accommodate the excesses of that person. But when it's something that is detrimental to you, then that's when you should leave.
Okay.
You should flee.
Okay.
So singles, if you meet a girl or a guy and you know something is wrong or you have a complaint, or please re-examine that relationship and leave. And leave. In fact, I tell you, I say, leave. Don't hold on to what's not working, because then you're blocking some other people. Leave. Let there be space. Let them see you. Because they will assume you're in a relationship, but you're suffering.
Meanwhile, the relationship is not working.
Meanwhile, it's not working. You know? So that's basically it.
Is there a hard and fast rule to how long we should know somebody before you can be sure that this is marriage material or something? I mean, is there?
Yes.
Do you recommend anything?
No.
Okay.
Personally, you see, the thing about it, you find people, very rarely do people come and say the truth when they're talking about how their marriage, you know, maybe didn't work, or because even if you have been in a relationship, let's say with someone for maybe 4 years, and you barely see each other, you barely know each other, you're as good as just having met the person.
Okay.
Because you don't know anything about the person. It's not really the length, but the quality of
time together.
Absolutely.
Okay, I get you.
So it's not so much the length. It's I've been with him, and then you find out, okay, where was he in the 4 years? Okay, it was in Kaduna, I was in Ibadan. It was in no.
So you need to have spent quality time together, knowing one another.
Absolutely. And in different situations.
Okay.
You know, you need to see the person angry. You need to see the person broke. You need to, and all these things take time.
Yes.
You need to see how this person manages relationships with other people. Because that's an insight into how he's going to. Does he have respect for people? Did he or she at some point tell you how they dealt with an ex, and you know yours is coming? It's just the time is not just now.
So don't just listen to the story of an ex.
You listen to what is being said and what has been left unsaid.
You know, there are just some relationships that don't work out. Some relationships come to an end. And many people are finding it difficult dealing with some of these issues. What do you recommend?
Okay, for relationships that break up before marriage. Before marriage. So we have to look at it from two angles.
Somebody has broken your heart.
Somebody, break. Oh Lord, we've all.
This relationship is not thought it was the
The
relationship. And all of a
and,
sudden,
uh,
the guy or the girl says,
it's over.
it's over. I'm done. I'm not doing.
Yes. And now, okay.
Okay. So how
do we
they deal
move
with
on?
it? Yeah.
Okay.
How do they move on from this?
Moving on, number one is thing not to do is to go on the rebound. Because you find a lot of people, they would look for another relationship to just, because
Use
they
as a
use as a shock absorber. And then damage that person because they're not.
That person does not know.
Yes, and they are not in it.
Okay.
They're not in it. So that's one thing not to do. Another thing not to do is if you're heartbroken, is to, not to take responsibility for your role in that relationship. So examine yourself. Were you too clingy, or were you too demanding? Or what you have to? Because a lot of times people keep making the same mistakes in relationships because they don't examine their role, in it. So you go into another relationship and make the same mistakes all over again. So that's another, and then let it take time. A broken heart, anything broken takes time to heal. It can mend, but it takes time to heal. So there's no race. The relationship is not about I want to do it first. No. It's getting it right. You are not competing with nobody, and don't let anybody pressure you. Now, on the side of the one who actually left, because there's the heartbroken one and the one who said, I'm not doing it again. If you're not doing it again, just know that. Be very sensitive.
Okay.
A lot of people are mean and it's not good. That's why you find so many people cursing on social media. They'll be sending different kinds of curse.
Serious?
Yes, so
you who called off a relationship, how do you even deal with an ex who refuses to go? Who is there all over social media posting one thing or the other about you or your relationship or something? Because you do hear such crazy things.
It happens. Yes. It happens. If you are the one who is being stalked.
Stalking. Yes, that is it.
If you are the one who is being stalked, it's just it's going to be tough because then you have somebody who is emotionally maybe
imbalanced.
Imbalanced.
Let's call it
a spade and not a digging implement.
Yes.
Stalking you need to block first.
Block them.
Block after a while and hope that they find another prey.
I like the way you said that. That they find another prey.
Because there's no way. The only way you can make things better with that person, it's that person has a personal void, emotional void that they need to fill. So the only way you can do that is go back into and that's the worst thing. Because if you left a relationship, then there's a good reason for you to leave.
Well, how do you sympathize with such a person?
You pray for the person. Remember the person in your prayer point. Father, Wumi that I left, heal her heart, please. Yes. I need to move on. So that's the only way around.
Okay.
And then the heartbroken one, please, let's stop. If you're a lady, stop trolling your ex. Let him go. If you don't let him go, God will not bring another one. That's the truth.
Can't a guy too be in the same shoes? It's only the ladies that
ladies do it more.
Okay, what if you find a guy who is talking?
You too, their guy. Move on. Move on with your life. She's gone. And she's probably not for you. But if she were, she will be with you.
But you need to understand
Get a life.
That person is not for you.
Exactly. You need to understand. I remember, like I think I mentioned earlier about the guy I was dating before my husband, and I remember I wept. I wept because I chose that relationship was over. But I wept because I felt I had, lost something. And I remember my aunt told me then, she was very clear. She said, Tinu, stop crying. God will bring your own. And God brought my own.
That's right.
Oh, right. God brought.
If one door does not close, another will not open.
It will not open.
That's it.
It will not open. Yeah. God brought my own. God brought my specs. And when you're with someone that really wants you and is going to be great,
yes,
you will know. There's that peace. There's that
peace.
that inner
That
peace
Yes.
that you don't need to pretend.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to tell people lie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
People will see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they will see it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically it. That's it.
Because truly, there's some people you see and you just think they're good together.
Yes. You see, there are two things now. It has to be, and that's why going back to God, and I said knowing God matters. You see, when you're in tune with God and you put Him in any of your decisions, God, the Holy Spirit is a revealer of secrets. So even things that you didn't know, the Holy Spirit will reveal it to you.
True.
I've seen situations where people will be sitting down talking and they don't know that you know this person.
Truly.
And it's exactly the person you need to hear things about that they're just going to be talking about. And the Spirit of God, and it reveals in different ways.
Yes.
Sometimes, depending on how you commune with God, and that's why it's very important. It will reveal it in maybe your sometimes it's in dreaming dreams, sometimes it's in, just putting you in a situation whereby you will see how this person truly is.
Okay.
And that helps. That helps.
And what would be your advice to those who are even scared to make that commitment, to those who are scared to even step into those shoes? I told you about how I make fun of some guys and say, stop doing groomsman. It's time. I see that they're hesitant. They are like thinking, is it really for me? One actually said to me, I don't really think I'm ready for that commitment called marriage. What do you have to say to
Okay, to be honest with you, I admire such people.
Okay.
Because I don't think marriage is for everyone too. I don't know. We need to stop pressurizing people to, you must get married.
So marriage is not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Okay.
It's not for everyone. After all, in the scripture, it's not everybody that got married.
Yes, true.
It's not for everyone.
Our society, you see somebody who is 40 and is not married, there's a problem. There has to be a problem with him.
Not necessarily.
I know. Feel that for the woman is maybe somebody has not approached her, somebody has not asked her.
Yes, but for the man,
a guy who is 40 and is not yet married, is not even in a relationship.
They
did not start saying that something is wrong.
No, possibly.
Is that right? Should we have that kind of attitude? Because the person just says that I'm not just ready for marriage.
But you see,
you
can't help what people think or how it's what
how
you know. Yes, it's how you react to whatever situation. You are the one in the situation. If I tell people, if you are not ready, marriage is a strong commitment. You just don't take it anyhow. I really wish half of the people who get married understand what it takes. The responsibility of marriage. Then maybe they will do it better, or they will take it with more, seriousness. Don't go into it if you're not ready. You have to be spiritually, physically, materially, emotionally ready for marriage.
Ready. And what do you say about somebody out there who is feeling trapped in a current relationship?
If you're feeling trapped in a current relationship, please get out of it. Honestly. Because when you're with the one God has ordained for you, you don't feel trapped. God doesn't make mistakes at all. And it's not like even when you end up with somebody that in a marriage, even with the person that God has ordained for you, is going to be a smooth sail. But because that is God's purpose for you, you will work it out no matter the situation. If you are trapped now before marriage, you can imagine how you're going to be after. Please. We don't want you trapped.
Of a marriage.
Don't be pressurized into any relationship. You're not in a race with anyone. It's an individual thing. And believe you me, when you meet the right person, you will know. And then, most importantly, stay in tune with God, because that's when you know the requirements of the right person.
Well, stay in tune with God. Until we come your way again on the Now Show. For those of you who are preparing, please prepare very well and I wish you a blissful time with your partner. To become your way again, this is Abosede Osho with my sister Tinu signing out. See you again.